Stay tuned at the end of the episode for a preview of our new song, Paperclip the Racehorse. Hi, it's Grave Girls. I'm Danielle.
I'm Charlie.
And it's our show. We're going to do our show.
So what's the show about today?
I guess we're talking about the release schedule. Yeah, and maybe some like influences on songs or like what it's going to sound like and stuff.
Okay, well,
it's episode 64 of our 75-day challenge.
So we got out a number, but we looked and seen that this is episode 64.
This is in fact episode 64.
So we'll have here, it turns out, the list of our whole schedule for the rest of the year till October.
Yeah, that's the rest of the year. I don't want to release any songs in November, December.
Okay.
Because it's October, that's the release.
You heard it here, folks.
Spoiler alert.
She's going to be working on stuff for later, though. I guarantee it. It'll be fun.
You think?
I mean, of course. you couldn't lay down last night when it was like our day off. Not even a day off, like half a day off. So, yeah, you'll be working. I love you. So, April, this month, we've done 2 songs. 2-for-1 deal, as it were. Girl Joint and Timothy Leary Says Drugs.
Yep.
Influences go.
On this, Timothy Leary Says Drugs in particular, I would say my biggest influence is probably maybe like Iggy Pop from the era of Iggy and the Stooges. Like Funhouse and stuff like that. Just sort of the off-the-cuff, like, attitude of the song. Something just kind of reminds me of that. Like, it's not, when you're using influences, you're not mimicking, you're just like, it's like you're, channeling an energy that, we live in a society or something. Something like that.
Well, it's a fun song.
Yeah, and then Girl Joint, I really think about that song being like, when I wrote it, I wanted to do a song almost like 07's In the Waiting Line, in a way. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then let's go on to May.
Yeah.
May, Paperclip the Racehorse. We're going to be shooting a little sneak peek.
Mm-hmm. And that song, it's actually one of the more chill songs on the album, which is kind of nice, kind of showing our range, and it is heavily influenced by bands like, for example, Animal Collective and the band of Montreal and stuff kind of in that. Definitely Animal Collective would be a big one, especially their early stuff. Yeah.
Well, very cool.
Just because, and the second half of that song I don't really know. It just kind of, that was an inspired performance. The second half of the song is like one single performance, so.
And it's really chill, and we like it. And
it's a good song.
That was one of the more complicated violin parts that I've played.
It's one of the more complicated songs. I gave that song to Charlie first. She was like, I want to play violin in Grave Girls. And I was like, well, of course. Here's Paperclip the Racehorse. And it's a song that's in 5/4 timing. And it's like in a chromatic key in parts. I don't know. It's a whole thing. But she got really good at it, and it's a good little riff.
It's a pretty involved violin piece. It's fun. So that would move us on to June, which is another 2 times bonus special.
2 times bonus. Probably.
We have A Dear Many Tales,
which is A Dear Many Tales is very heavily influenced by I Never Said I Was Brave by Me Without You.
Oh.
actually, which is one of my favorite bands. You should check them out.
And there's also Beat 42.
Yeah, and Beat 42 is actually, you remember me saying this is our Grateful Dead song?
Yeah.
It's not really, but like, it's the only song that we've done as Grave Girls that was just a jam and just kind of like came out of a jam. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a good song. As far as influences on that song, I also referenced Erykah Badu a couple times. Mm-hmm. Just because the vocals, I really wanted this like belting, like sense of authority, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it looks like July. In July is another 2X bonus.
July.
Knife Fight at Tina's birthday.
Ooh.
And bass.
Yeah.
Or bass bass if you read it wrong.
Yeah, something. That song is still a working title, perhaps. I might just leave it the way it is. But Knife Fight at Tina's birthday is... Shoo.
It's a fun song.
What would you call that song influenced by? That song's influenced by sex. Not the band, but just the idea.
Just the idea.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
And then, so yeah, July's hot. Mm-hmm. So I figured I would release the hot songs in July.
Makes
so
sense. That
one and Bass Bass are kind of the hot songs.
I might have some more influence for you for that song later tonight. Knife Fight.
Oh, how so?
Oh, you'll see. Let's see. What else? Oh, there's also then. So in I got out of line. I'm bad at numbers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently, August. These aren't even numbers. These are months. I don't know what's going on. But in August, it appears to be a 3X limit break. Crazy stuff. It's right here. Empress Part 1. Elegy of Self, Empress Part 2, Hell's Banner, and What Hunters Do.
Yeah, so it's a 3-parter. This song, it kind of has like a 2-part intro to the actual song itself, which is definitely the heaviest on the album.
Mm-hmm.
So look forward to that in August. And I just thought August is the Huntress moon. So, I just thought the song What Hunters Do would make sense there.
That makes sense to me. September,
we're getting close.
So this is the last month that we're releasing a song before we do the whole thing. And this month...
Probably.
This is a song that people may have heard before. It's called Key to the Floor.
Yeah, Key to the Floor of Many Choices. That song, we're redoing it as Grave Girls. It was a single release before we decided to do Grave Girls. We released it like a month before we decided to do Grave Girls. So it was just a solo project of mine that Charlie helped me work on, and then we were like, well, this worked great. Let's do Grave Girls.
Basically.
But Key to the Floor of Many Choices is a lovely, lovely song. It reminds me of Lovely Sweater. I think, a band that was a big influence on that song was Robots Win.
Right. And
Robots Win is like a band from around here, basically.
Mm-hmm. Very good, talented boys.
Yeah.
Now, so Key to the Floor actually has a lot of video elements that I made for it previously.
Yeah, and it...
although I may not have those files anymore.
It is.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, the song itself...
Oh, well, they should be on the hard drive.
Key to the Floor of Many Choices is being released in September because it's my transition decision date.
Mm-hmm.
The date that I decided to transition was September 7th.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, you ready to move on to October?
Yep.
So October's a really big month for
October's
us
big, so...
Girls.
Well, why don't we... I don't know. I'm not going to talk about all these songs individually, but just so you know in advance, we've already released Skeletal Reaper, Like Hell, Timothy Leary Says Drugs and Girl Joint, and Worm Rider, and what else did we release?
Poison Red Cherry.
Poison Red Cherry. We've already released those, so and
you should watch the videos for all of them.
And you heard the rest of the release schedule, so there's a lot of tracks coming out. And then in October, something's going on.
So in October, we're having our album officially release.
Yes, and
Imagine
we'll save the date
in my hand.
Save the date on that for now.
Well, there's a kazoo right there, but I don't want to read for it.
Save the date on that for now.
Save the date right now. We won't tell them. Should we tell them the songs?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are... we're just going to drop the rest of the songs in October on this date that I'm saving for right now. It's actually saving it for later. Not right now. But it's Hard Noise, Glasmgasm, Eulogy of the Divided, Jungle of Sorrow, and album closer, Flight of the Cormorant. What is a cormorant?
A cormorant is an ocean-dwelling bird that dives for its food, and that song came out of the idea of watching a bird like a cormorant dive into the water, like in slow motion,
Very cool.
a fish.
And that's what inspired the music?
A lot of it.
Very cool.
The lyrics are inspired by they kind of close the album symbolically with the concept that goes with the album, which is a story I wrote that will be included if you buy a copy.
Which actually brings us right to the next part of this thing here. It's almost like this was planned. Crazy. So album copies. When you buy a copy of the digital album, you get digital concept and playable tabletop story painting of Aurora.
Yep.
And
that's the working title.
That's the working title.
I'm working on deciding the title for the story, but you can play it as a tabletop game.
It was written by Danielle. Let's see. It's a tabletop fantasy game for a real challenge. It includes a custom music playlist. I think she does really well for her tabletop games if you've ever had a chance to play with her.
Some artwork.
Let's see. Album concept overview. Wait. Oh yeah, and the digital artwork, as you said. And there's one more thing here: access to videos on Patreon and YouTube for album purchasers only.
Something like that.
So we're going to have some special videos, extra things, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
It'll be delightful, and you get those if you buy the album.
Yeah.
Now it says a Patreon, so we have a Patreon. We're still setting that up. It's ready to go. We just got to put things in it and send it to you, cool people. But for now, subscribe to the channel. Help us out a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And anything else?
I guess without further ado, by its Grave Girls, we're going to listen to the preview of Paperclip the Racehorse. Paperclip the Racehorse.
Paperclip the Racehorse.
Paperclip the Racehorse.
Oh, and there's a really cool hand-drawn animation that goes with it. We'll see you next month.
Paperclip the Racehorse.
Bye.
See you.